Welcome to our daily reflection for this Monday, February 3rd. And today we have a continuation of the Epistle to the Hebrews talking about faith. And it talks about so many saints. In fact, the author is almost breathless at this point, saying, what more can I say? I have no time to tell you about Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, David, Samuel, the prophets, who conquered kingdoms and did what was righteous and closed the mouths of lions, put out raging fires, and many of them who actually were tortured and martyred, and yet their faith was heroic. Indeed, when he gets into these martyrs of faith, he says, the world, men of whom the world was not worthy. And I love that line, that they had such a love for God that the world wasn't worthy of them. And so God allowed them to die, to take them up to himself to heaven. What a beautiful thought. Men of whom the world was not worthy. We want to be people of faith like that, of whom the world is not worthy. This world is just too small for those whose hearts are filled with faith and love for God. And that should be something that makes our heart ache, not for, with a restlessness, to not be satisfied by the good things of this world because they're too small for a heart that is made in the image and likeness of God. Our hearts are made for God. And as Augustine said, we should be restless until our hearts rest in God. We shouldn't find rest and tranquility in the good things of this world alone. They're too small for us. Our hearts are too big. Now, I want to go to the gospel story, and there's so much to unpack in this story about Jesus taking this man who has an unclean spirit. In fact, he has a legion of spirits that Jesus casts out. But I want to talk about the one aspect at the end that everyone's amazed when they find this man healed of the demons, and he's clothed and in his right mind. And so one of the afflictions he had was that he was not in his right mind. And Jesus heals this man, not only from the demons, but he heals him from the mental affliction and agony he suffered with. And now he is in his right mind. And of course, there's many elements that cause mental illness. Biological, there's stresses in our environment, unhealthy things. And there's also the stress of the brokenness of our culture, with the brokenness of family life and the loss of God. And all these things, man is made, as Augustine said, our hearts are restless until they rest in God. And when you take God out of the equation and you break the family, you create even greater stress upon the human person. And so today I want us to really pray for those who struggle with mental illness, which is so common. And so many good people, and I love my dear friend Bishop Conley, who talked about his struggle with depression and mental health. And he was really transparent about it, and I thought that was heroic. And so he was transparent so that people aren't ashamed to talk about it. And so let's pray today for mental health. And one of the things we have on the Forum platform to help people is a beautiful program for mental health called the Sanctuary Program. It's a great program for parishes as well as for individuals, and I recommend that, and that you may recommend that to people who might need a little bit of refuge and healing and re-strengthening and renewal for their mental health. So go to the Sanctuary Program, and let's pray for those who struggle with mental health today. May the Lord bless and keep you.
This daily reflection is brought to you thanks to the generous support of the Mission Circle. Join the Mission Circle to help Catholics worldwide understand, live, and share their faith. Sign up at missioncircle.org today.